An on-campus Harvard University police station has been closed, and numerous students and campus organizations are celebrating. The police department substation was located inside the school's Mather House residential hall. It opened in 2005 and was one of 4 on campus, a member of one of the main organizations advocating not just for this station, but to be closed, but all police substations to be shut down at Harvard, had agreed to join us, but then canceled at the last minute. Multiple students in the resident hall and groups on campus were glad to see the police station go. Student and Mather House resident Ellie Taylor told the Harvard Crimson, quote, "The real effect the presence of the HUPD substation has on the Mather community is simply a violent visual intimidation tactic that students are forced to see every time they enter the house." She added that there were concerns about Harvard University Police Department officers eating meals alongside students. Another Mather House resident, Faith Woods, said, quote, "I'm well aware that the police are not there to keep me actively safe. Having a police car sitting outside of Mather every night, which it does, doesn't bring me any sense of safety." The anti-police sentiment is not just at Harvard. At Columbia University, after a bomb threat there, a student on the freshman chat room said we should thank the police for their quick response. He was quickly lambasted and forced to apologize for showing appreciation for the police. The main organization leading the effort at Harvard is the Harvard Alliance Against Campus Cops. That's the organization whose member originally agreed to join us. On their website, they've posted alternatives to calling the police. We didn't make what I'm about to read to you up. Their list of 5 things to ask before you call 911. 1. Is this merely an inconvenience? Can I put up with this and be okay? Number 2, before calling 911. Now I need to respond. Can I handle this on my own? Can I talk it out with the other person? 3, no, I need backup. Is there a friend or neighbor, and now I'm adding a little bit of commentary here, who I can put at risk and I could call them to help me? 4, no, I need more backup. Can we use mediation to talk it through? Or is there a hotline I can call? 5, no, if I call the police, do I understand someone may be killed, injured, or abused? Now, I don't know how these questions are relevant when you're being robbed or attacked or witnessing it, which is the reason people would ordinarily call 911 on a college campus. Can we use mediation? Call a friend? Well, instead of a representative from the Harvard organization, we have someone who is on the other side of this issue. Joining me now is Sean Sticks Larkin, retired police lieutenant from Tulsa. Sticks, I'm just going to give you a very open-ended softball question. What do you make of what's happening at Harvard?
You know, when I first started reading these articles, honestly, I didn't know if I should laugh or be angry. I've honestly done both. You know, just seeing those 5 questions right there, is there a hotline that I could call? Yeah, it's called 911. That's what people use for problems with other people when they're victims of crimes and things like that. And some of the wording here, like the violent visual intimidation tactic or these violent institutions referring to police off the campus, you know, this is regurgitated stuff that we hear out there, and it especially comes from people who have most likely not been the victim of a property crime, let alone a violent crime. You know, a lot of these people that are saying these type of things that they don't want the police around, not only have they not been the victim of a violent crime, they've never seen you know, what a violent crime is, how horrible it is of what people do to one another and why we need police officers. You know, some of the largest mass shootings we've had in history are on college campuses in this country. That's why the police presence alone, that police car parked outside, it deters problems. Just their mere presence prevents a lot of problems.
I got to tell you, Sticks, I was most offended, and I know this is sort of a tangent, but I was most offended that they don't want the cops eating at the same sort of mess hall as they're at. I mean, this idea that cops are so offensive to them that they shouldn't be eating in the same areas that we eat in.
You know, again, it goes back to the same things. We want the police to be part of the community. We want them to stop and talk to everybody. But you can't have it both ways. You can't ask for police to be a part of the community and then say you don't want them sitting in there eating. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. All right. Well, look, I'm not surprised that the Harvard student backed out, but, it could have been an interesting segment. So we got stuck with you, Sticks, but stick around because we want your take on this next story. Thank you for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.